Alright, I think this is starting. I think it's live now. Should be. Okay, cool. It looks like it has. Yeah, let me just check audio. Okay, yeah, things seem fine. Cool. Hey, how's everybody who happens to be here already? Um, so yeah, I'm going to be starting a little live discussion. I figured why not? Because it's been a while since I had done one of these. Yeah, things look fine. Let me move back a bit. This green screen's not as nice as it could. Oh, don't look. But yeah, Pokemon, and immediately, just like immediately 10 people now watching. Thank you all for showing up for the live discussion. Hello, everybody in the chat. I'll go ahead and name everyone off. We got Ultra Ginger Cat 1337. We got Tom Girl 6912. Got Darth Proxus 1. Got the Mad Wasp. Yu-Gi-Oh. Got Kawaii Fox. Hey guys, how's it going? You got Tranman Gaming. Got Galaxy Glaceon 10. And yeah, I'm reading. I don't have the optimal setup and everything. But yeah, how's let's see, we got Percy McMumfrey. Hey guys. Hey all of you guys, how's it going? I don't have the chat here. Like normally I would, I guess. But well, whatever. I'll still respond to thoughts in chat because obviously that's what this is for. And actually, I think YouTube now has like chat replay for like if you watch an archived live stream. I believe it said that. Hey, Nick Victory Fire in the chat. How's it going? Excuse me. So, Pokemon, let's go Pikachu, let's go Eevee. Yeah. Yeah. What do I say? Okay. Like, it's a real interesting idea, and obviously, it's still just rumors, but and I don't want to be the person to say anything about people making videos about this topic. And are my glasses too what do you call it? Reflective? No. Obviously, I don't want to come at anybody making videos about this because, well, obviously, you know, I made a video about it, you know, because I felt it's a little more substantial, and again, you know, just kind of want to get some of my thoughts out about it. Even more thoughts now, and look, here I am doing a live stream about it. But I feel like some of the types of videos and some of the way that certain people are going about videos, I mean, obviously, you can do whatever you want. It's your channel. But at the same time, this is pretty crazy. And okay, you know, I do understand, right? This rumor is very substantial. It's much more than any other rumor or anything we've seen in this past year, or you know, at least for 2018 or for Pokemon Switch, right? I think for the sole fact that supposedly the domain names for Pokemon, Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee have been registered. I still didn't get a chance to look deep into that situation to exactly understand it. But the mere fact that that's something that's going on is something. And again, you know, there's the whole like conspiracy theory of, oh, Game Freak and Junichi Masuda and Pokemon have been pushing Eevee as of late, and you know, I agree that that is something that's been going on. Let me just go ahead and see what's up in the chat. Hey, we got actually got a super chat from Mega Umi. Thank you so much, bud. Says good shit, Gator Daddy. Keep it up. Yeah, glad you're here. Thanks for showing up to live events. Let's see. Most of them are speculations in terms of the stuff that's going on. Yeah, a lot of the stuff is speculation. Definitely, like a lot of the videos that's been going up, and obviously, but I mean, on one hand, okay, one thing specifically, right? I feel like when you bring up another 4chan leak, right? Because, well, you know, stuff that's posted to 4chan can be true and cannot be true, obviously. But I feel like, you know, just bring up new stuff, because there was that one recently that I saw that was going around. That specific, I believe it kind of said something in the vein of Pikachu getting a new evolution. Obviously, okay, it makes a little sense. If Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee, because I'm personally still going to talk about them as if they're rumors still, which they technically still are rumors. All right, say these are the games that are coming out, right? One game, you get Pikachu as a starter. One game, you get Eevee as a starter. Why would you pick Pikachu when you can get Eevee? You know, okay, for the most part, Eevee is a Pokemon that you're basically gifted in a lot of other main Pokemon games, but to be given one right off the bat, it's a lot more useful because then if you want something that requires friendship evolution, right? Like Sylveon doesn't require friendship, that requires Pokemon. So like Espeon and Umbreon, right? The stuff that requires friendship, then it's good to get it like as your first Pokemon because immediately like you're gonna get like a lot of friendship with it. And so I mean that's helpful. And then again, because like Eevee has 8 evolutions now? 8? Yeah, 8. So obviously you got a bunch of choices. It's like, oh, you basically pick your starter and then you pick what type starter you want. While as Pikachu, it's like, well, you got Pikachu. And Pikachu itself, even if you don't evolve Pikachu, can be useful for the mere fact that it gets the light ball as an exclusive item. Yeah, obviously you have to obtain it through some way. But then there's also, but then, you can evolve into Raichu or a Lola Raichu. I don't know how that would probably work out, especially if the games are going to be set in Kanto. Let's see, anything else? The chat got back from school just in time. Cool. Let's see, finally another Gator live stream. Yes, I know, finally we're back. Probably not games yet. There's still some stuff I gotta do for that, but discussions, live discussion. You know what? Honestly, let me know what you think. Excuse me. I've had a terrible cough for like a week now. But like I said that I didn't want to cover leaks so much anymore, or leaks and rumors so much. Again, I did talk about let's go in terms of like a main video, right? I didn't want to make main video series just talking about like leaks or rumors or anything because I mean, yes, it's cool, but a lot of times, like I said, give it 24 hours, and a lot of times it's nothing. Although, let's go Pikachu, let's go Eevee, 24-hour test. The hype is kind of building for it. But if you'd like to see live discussions, I don't want to say every week, but live discussions like this for rumors and leaks rather than videos. And I'll leave videos for like, top fives, speculation, or what I want, theories, cool stuff like that. Let's see. I don't care what the games are. I just want cool new Pokemon. That's exactly my point. Those have been my feelings as of late. For a while, I was kind of like, no, I don't want to go to Kanto. No, new region, Generation 8, all the way for Switch. But okay, if Pokemon is on the Switch, I'm gonna play it. That's all I want. I just want Pokemon on the Switch. Where's my Switch? Oh, it's put away. Well, whatever. I love my Switch. My Switch is my new favorite thing that I own. I mean, I still have my still got my 2DS over here, but like Switch is just so much nicer. Bring Pokemon to this, I'll play it no matter what it is. Even if it's like just straight up, well, Switch isn't gonna have Virtual Console, but even if they were like just a straight up release another game on this, right? That like a re-release game, even if I don't know, like Ruby Sapphire Virtual Console, let's say that was all we got for 2018, Ruby Sapphire Virtual Console on the Switch, I would still play it. I mean, honestly, I was just thinking the other day, I've played through Johto so many times. I think I played through Johto the most out of any game because, played Silver, played Gold, Silver, Gold, and then Heart Gold, and then I replayed that a few times. And then currently I'm on a playthrough of Crystal Virtual Console. And actually, like last year, I picked up a physical copy of Silver and I played through that. And then on top of that, I have an unhealthy habit of buying old game cartridges. But I played through Johto, I think, the most out of any region. So like, I shouldn't be one to talk about a Kanto rehash. And even then, they're obviously gonna redo it. And I mean, it's gonna be in beautiful like Switch graphics anyway. If these are the games that are coming out, so who cares? It'll be fun. Let's see. Gen 4 remakes 2019, 2010. I see. Let's see. Hashtag Team Eevee. I'd like a reboot of Kanto or Gen 8. Yeah. Let's see. You own a Nintendo Switch? Soy boy. Not a soy boy. Let's see. Gen 4 forever. Remake never. I think Gen 4 remakes are probably going to happen, but I mean, I feel like that's later down the line, honestly. But all right, let's say that's what happens, right? We get this year we get Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee, right? What exactly is that going to be? I've mentioned in the past, if like whatever game they make on the Switch, it technically is probably going to be Generation 8 because, um, well, I mean, you're kind of going to have to, okay, because you're already going to have like new graphics, right? So, or think of it this way, right? Okay, they released Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee on the Switch later this year. And it comes out, it's good, and it's basically Kanto reimagining. That's the term that I like to use and that I hope is what happens. Let's say that happens, right? Then if the next year they come out with a Generation 8 game, it's almost definitely, it's guaranteed it's going to be like the same graphics, same mechanics, and just on the Switch. So, say that's the case, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee is going to basically be Gen 8. Not necessarily, I guess, like Gen 8. Like, one thing they could do, right? All right, so they could basically, just have that game as it is. Then they release, like, say they release Gen 8 2019, right? Then you could just have an update to Pokemon Switch to add all the Generation 8 Pokemon. I don't know, that's an idea. I don't know. I don't know how big the updates they can do. Let's see, Pokemon Pinball on the Switch. I'd love a new Pokemon Pinball. With the domains being made for the site, it's now confirmed. Yeah, just about, but I mean, I always I really, really need to hear it from Pokemon, Nintendo, Game Freak. I really need to hear it from them in order for me to believe it. It's, okay, right now what it is, and that's a weird bird outside. Right now what it is it's a very, very credible rumor and potential leak. Obviously, it's extremely credible, especially with, the domain names being registered. It's kind of like, oh, huh. So that's something, yeah, So, but again, me personally, it's a personal thing. Until I hear Pokemon, Nintendo, Game Freak, whoever say it, then I'm gonna be. But I mean, like I said, I'm treating it as a very credible rumor. And am I lagging in stream? I don't think I'm lagging too much. Let's see. We might have a bigger Kanto. Bigger Kanto. That's a great idea. And someone. I can't remember who. I actually think it was someone in my comments, and I'm terrible for not remembering exactly. But so I read somewhere the idea of, all right, if we get a Kanto remake for Switch, what if it's you start in Kanto, and since Johto, happens to be right next to it, why not just go to Johto? I mean, hey, why not? I think that's something that Fire Red and Leaf Green honestly should have done, because it's like, well, because at that point, even though it's a remake of Red and Blue or Red and Green, right? We already know Johto's like right next door, so why not just like let us go to Johto? I mean, they still had the Sevi Islands, which were great, and honestly, I do hope we get if we get this Kanto reimagining. I mean, imagine how big that would be, because that'd be like huge. Kanto reimagining, post game, you get Sevi Islands and you get Johto. Like that's just about the biggest region. And honestly, if they advertise it that way, then yeah, sure, that'd be great. That's definitely what the Switch might need, and what Pokemon Switch Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee. Honestly, I think that would be the best way to do it. Now, I don't know how likely that is, obviously, because Gold and Silver were the only games to do that, and were the only games to have 2 regions, right? And I know, a lot of people are like, oh, we need multiple regions. Multiple regions would be a cool thing to do. But, like, I don't know. Okay, the Switch can definitely handle it, right? Like, the Switch... Here, let me pull out my Switch so that I can actually have it as a visual thing. But, like, yeah, no, the Switch can handle it. I mean, have you seen, like... It's got Breath of the Wild on this, and Breath of the Wild is, pretty neat, pretty big. The Switch can definitely handle 2 regions. In fact, you know what? Like, during a development, apparently, for Gold and Silver, right? Like, 2 regions was something that was, like, too big of a thing, and they needed to, work on, like, compressing stuff in order to do that. And, yeah. But, yeah, the Switch can handle 2 regions. Can handle, like, 3 regions, 5 regions. Yeah. This is the beefiest handheld Nintendo console. Let's see, I don't see lag, maybe slight. All right, great, thank you. We might need the Sevi Islands. Yeah, definitely. I think all right, bare minimum. Kanto, Sevi Islands. All right, cool. Let's see, at the post game. Let's see. Well, if it's a remake of Kanto, why not? Yeah, why not just go to Johto, Sinnoh, and the Sevi Islands? They're all next to each other. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Sinnoh and Hoenn is technically near it, right? Well, yeah. Well, okay. Sinnoh is connected to Johto through the Sinjo ruins, and so. Okay, that would... Okay, tinfoil hat time? But that'd be pretty crazy. What if you just wrap Gen 1, Gen 4, all together into one big game. All right, yeah. All right, go through Kanto, cool. Johto's right next door. Hey, you can go to Johto. Sinjo Ruins. Hey, go to Sinnoh. And back to Kanto. Oh, hey, Sevi Islands are there. Yeah, go to Sevi Islands. That would just be like the huge thing. That I do not think at all is possible. I think it's possible, but I don't think that's what they would do. I don't think that we would see that game. It would be great, and I would love it. And honestly, that would make for probably the best Pokemon game. One of the best ones. Let's see. Hoenn is near Kalos. Oh, okay, I see. Who else thinks everyone is jumping to conclusions? That's a thing. I mean, that's kind of what I mean, right? I can't talk. Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee has gone too far. Yeah, people are kind of jumping to conclusions, but I mean, like, look, here I am talking about going to Sinnoh in a game that's a very credible rumor, as I'm saying. Like, yeah. Let's see. Yeah. Iwata was the one who helped them get Kanto into Gen 2, which, yeah. Rest in peace, Iwata. And oh no, I haven't seen because Nintendo recently got a new president, and he's interesting, and we'll wait and see what he does. But yeah. That's one thing. People jump into conclusions. I do think that we jumped a little too. I mean, all right. Here's the thing. Here's my big thing. Like I said, people just bringing up additional, just random 4chan stuff, saying, "Oh, hey, new rumors, new potential leaks for Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee." Okay, all we know for certain is that the games with the titles Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee are very likely due to domain name registrations and recent pushes with Pikachu and Eevee as mascots for Pokemon. That's the only solid thing. The speculation thing is an additional 4chan leak, and I hope I explained it in the video that I made the other day. The additional 4chan leak that was made about a month earlier, that has details of like, oh yeah, it's Pikachu and Eevee, it's a Kanto remake, has integration with Pokemon Go, catching Pokemon works like Pokemon Go. That is much less believable because it's just a post on a website by somebody who we know nothing about, right? And so, but people are kind of tying that into and saying that that's, not saying it's canon, but people are kind of taking that and like tying that into the Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee. And so then there comes additional 4chan posts, and then the recent reveal of Gorochu as a scrapped Pokemon idea. Now that's kind of being brought into because Gorochu's big and popular, so let's tie that into it. And so now and I'm holding an invisible ball here, but like now the idea for Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee is kind of just this big blob of assumptions and speculations. And like I said, the only thing that's for certain is that the games with those titles, Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee, are extremely likely to happen. Yeah, that's it. Let me see. Is there anything else? Can't believe this started a gen war. Oh, yeah, that's a big one. Yeah. Let's see. What if they add Gorochu as a second evolution of Pikachu in this? Hey, thick boys, how's it going? Says Bigger the Sloth. Hey, it's going well. Gorochu. Okay, I think Gorochu could be a Pokemon. Okay, because first of all, like, Gorochu was designed and something that was like designed, back in before the games were actually officially released or anything, right? And we're just learning about it just now. And what's funny is, we know of a lot of other alpha and beta designs, and it's pretty cool because it's like, oh, we've known about those for a while. And on top of that, there was like a recent manga about Satoshi Tajiri, the guy who initially created the concept of Pokemon, right? And he was the director for the first 2 games, I believe he was. And he's kind of taken a back seat recently, but he was, basically the guy who started Pokemon. And there was, like a little educational manga put out in Japan about him, and it showcased, like little artwork of some of the Pokemon and some of the scrapped Pokemon. And that's a new thing. It's like, oh, we've never seen these scrapped Pokemon. And from what I understand, those Pokemon pictured like in the manga are like actual scrap designs that didn't make it into the games. So like, that's pretty crazy. So just now, years later, like more than 20 years later after this has happened, we're just now learning about Gorochu. We're just now seeing like that skeleton moose and that spear shark scrap design. And so then there, again, I mean, like, why are we learning about this just now? These have been around, like I said, more than 20 years. So it is adding to some of the speculation and rumoring of like, oh, what if these are stuff that's going to appear in Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee? I mean, it could, but like I said, it is suspicious that we're learning about this just now. But at the same time, it's just it's. I mean, I don't know. It's really nothing. Not really anything. Let's see. I hope the next Pokemon games don't have Pokemon Go integration. Okay, that's specifically Pokemon Go integration. Supposedly, Pokemon Sun and Moon was supposed to have Pokemon Go integration in a sense, in that you could some of the Pokemon you catch you could transfer in, and I thought that would have been cool. Apparently that wasn't completely rolled out because I'm gonna guess it was Niantic's fault, because just blame Niantic for everything. They can't really handle much, but. If this new game, all right, let's go, right? The title is Let's Go, right? It sounds like Pokemon Go, right? And I think that a basic of like, I don't know, through maybe on the app, right? On Pokemon Go, right? Completing some sort of something can allow you to transfer like maybe a certain amount of Pokemon into the Switch, because it's crazy easy to catch some Pokemon in here. And again, getting multiple legendaries, yeah, that's something you can do. To easy transfer them into this, I don't know how fair that could be. I think like limitations on how exactly or how many Pokemon you could transfer into this. That I think is fine, as maybe like as a post game thing, right? Or again, completing something in the app game allows you to do that. Transferring Pokemon from Go to Switch, I think is fine. But the speculation of like catching Pokemon completely, like using the touchscreen on here, I think that would be more of a gimmick. I think that people are, again, it comes that specifically by catching Pokemon using the touchscreen or some motion control or whatever. That specifically comes from a 4chan post that has questionable to no credibility. But say that was something, right? To be like, if they just add it in the trailers, it's like, oh hey, you can catch Pokemon with the touchscreen like in Pokemon Go. I think that would be like a gimmick, like an additional thing. Like you still weaken your Pokemon, right? And then when you go to your you still weaken the Pokemon through battle, get it down to like 1 HP, false swipe. That's how you do it. And then you go to your bag and select Pokeball. Then it might say it gives you the option. It's like you can press A to just throw the Pokeball, or you can try to do something like that, and maybe through that you'll get like some bonus thing. That, I mean, it's like, oh yeah, that's kind of cool, and maybe I'll try it once, and then like, no, let me just catch Pokemon the old-fashioned way. We false swipe, paralyze them, or put them to sleep, throw a Pokeball, press A, B, R, and L all at the same time. That's my trick. Yeah. Aside from that, I think the only good integration they could do is, again, transferring through Pokemon Bank. But again, you got to add some restriction or some limit on it. Let me see. What else did I miss in the chat? At the very least, Pokemon following us will be returning. Yeah, that is something that, again, comes from, like, stuff that I feel like is not credible. I think it could happen. At the very least, I think, maybe they'll limit it to only, like, Pikachu and Eevee being able to follow you. But who knows? Again, we have the thing of, like, oh, yeah, all the 3D models have walking animations for every Pokemon. It's like, yeah, sure, why not? I'll have to wait and see. But again, that'll probably be something they'd throw in like the first big trailer, or maybe even the second trailer for these games, should these be the games that are coming out, and it'll be like, oh hey, Pokemon can follow you again. Let me see, what else did I miss? Let's see. I want Gorochu to be a thing. Let's see. If Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee is going to be a thing, they gotta have a selling point for Pikachu in the game if the inevitable new evolution is going to show up. Yeah, definitely. That I can definitely see where that's coming from. But I mean, I don't know how likely the Gorochu thing is. Well, on one hand, they did kind of reveal it as as something, right, to be like, oh hey, just kind of not a throwaway thing in an interview, but just in an interview where they're like, oh hey, Pikachu was originally going to have another evolution, a second evolution, and it was going to be called Gorochu. And so in one way, that being kind of revealed through an interview, it's like it's more of a tidbit. I think it probably would have had like more of an impact if it's like, Pokemon, Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee, and then new trailer they show off, oh yeah, new evolution, whoa, new evolution, new Pika evolution, what the heck, a new evolution for Pikachu, like that would have been so much crazier in as in like in a reveal trailer, and that would have almost immediately gotten some people to play. Like almost immediately would have sold some people on it because like new like I gotta do that. A new Pikachu, like new evolutions are expected every 2 generations, give or take. But like a new Pikachu evolution, that's crazy, and especially if it was like revealed like right then, and then afterwards they put out like an interview saying or some discussion about it, like or like a little like I don't know Twitter video, a little video on like the main Pokemon channel where they're talking about, oh yeah, this is an original design from like more than 20 years ago, and we decided to implement it into the new games. But okay, yeah, still saying that that's what's gonna happen. Still saying that yeah, okay, if the games are let's go Pikachu, let's go Eevee, it definitely does make sense. Pikachu needs a little more of a selling point because okay, Pikachu already. What has Pikachu gotten? Pikachu's gotten a 10-point buff to defense in Generation 6. I think that happened. I can't remember. And it has the Light Ball, which the Light Ball is an item that basically could potentially make. Honestly, it gives Pikachu more attack power, like higher attack than Raichu. Well, then again, I think Raichu's could scale up if you Life Orb or something. But well, why would you use Life Orb on? Okay. Light Ball, right? That's an exclusive item only for Pikachu. Only Pikachu can hold it, and it basically makes it a usable Pokemon. So yeah, they've already kind of done a lot to try and make I mean, unless Pikachu gets like maybe another stat buff in this game. Well, you know, here's an interesting thing though. Because Pikachu technically isn't a basic Pokemon. It's an evolution of Pichu. So, I mean, that's what makes it weird as a starter, because Pikachu's technically a starter. But they are gonna need. I do feel like that is right. Say that's the point where it's like one game you can only pick Pikachu, or you're forced to get Pikachu as a starter. One game you're forced to get Eevee as a starter. Why pick Pikachu? I mean, you know, obviously people like Pikachu, and it's like, oh yeah, it's cool. You know, it can evolve into Raichu. Oh yeah, it's electric. It gives you an advantage against you know this and that. But Eevee's got 8 evolutions, and you can pick whatever one you want if you have if you can meet the criteria of it. Why pick Pikachu? So they definitely are going to need to do something. I mean, unless they heavily advertise that you get the light ball early on or something, or if they heavily, again, I think like doing something like that, introducing Gorochu as a new Pokemon, not as an evolution of Raichu as it was initially supposed to be, but as like an alternate evolution of Pikachu. It's like, oh, cool. Now Pikachu can either be Raichu, Alolan Raichu, or Gorochu. And it's like, okay, cool. You know, that is interesting because Pikachu actually does now have 2 separate evolutions. So yeah, you add Gorochu, it's got 3, and it's like, okay, cool. And say you add like an additional type to Gorochu aside from like just electric, then yeah, cool. You know, you're kind of building Pikachu to kind of be the next Eevee, an electric version of Eevee, something like that. And I'm behind on chat. Top 10 ways Raichu will be shafted even more by introducing Gorochu. And that, yep. I think Pokemon under 2 feet could follow you. Yeah, you know, that'd be useful. I mean, still like, okay, you know, they still pulled it off in Heart Gold and Soul Silver where they just shrink some Pokemon, or even some that are just like big, they still allow to follow you. Like you know, the big legendary Pokemon. Let's see. I think this is a neat idea. Game Freak gets their feet wet with these games to make Gen 8 spectacular. I do think that is kind of what they're doing. Let's see. See, I'm excited because I love Eevee and Ultra Sun. I used the Eevee egg the daycare gives us, and I still have not evolved it. Yeah, Eevee's cool. You know, I almost feel like Eevee needs something to be like, because, you know, Pikachu, like I said, Pikachu's got the light ball, so you can just use Pikachu to be like, oh yeah, you know, you can use Pikachu without evolving it. I don't know, Eevee needs something, you know? Eevee's like, oh yeah, you basically got to evolve Eevee. For you, I mean, obviously, you can still use an Eevee because it gets some decent enough moves, but it's like, I don't know. Like a normal type evolution, which just looks like a big Eevee. I think that that's one thing that I've always thought that was one thing that kind of should be done. Let me see. Ways to fix Raichu. Fix it so Light Ball applies to it, give it an exclusive move, and boosted stats. I don't know, but let's see. So well, the thing is though, like, if Light Ball applies to Raichu, then what's the point of using Pikachu? Why use Pikachu? Even more of the question, why use Pikachu? I think Eevee might get 2 new evolutions. I think it could, because right now it's, well, I don't know, I almost feel like that's too much, because then if it's like, Eevee gets 2 new evolutions? Wow, who's going to pick Pikachu? Like, Yeah, I mean, with like every other game version, for the most part, it's pretty equal in, well, because only in Gold and Silver they started doing exclusive stuff for each game, uh, or Yellow, like the most of the times it's the legendaries on the box that sell it, and even then it's like you just pick one that's cool. And a lot of the times the legendaries are equal, and on top of that, it doesn't affect your starter. But this one specifically, if everything is to be believed about these games and how they're going to work, then yeah, choosing the game is going to determine your starter, and they're gonna have a hard time selling, not physically like monetarily selling, but like selling the idea of Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. Because yeah, why pick Pikachu when you could pick Eevee? See, I think Eevee. No, I read that. It's new Pokemon. New Pokemon. I don't know. I don't know. How long? No, yeah, it's been about 30 minutes for this discussion, which that's about how long I wanted to spend. But anyway, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and end it. And I didn't even talk about too much what I wanted to talk about. Well, no, I kind of did. Um, Maybe they both won't evolve. Yeah, that's another thing. Maybe because in the original Yellow version, you couldn't evolve your Pikachu. I mean, unless you trade it to another game and like Thunderstone it and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, what if they do that? What if they just give Eevee a few more new moves and that's the game? Like you can't evolve your Pikachu, you can't evolve your Eevee, and because it's supposed to be like, oh, like back to Yellow version. Then if they did that, then it's just about equal. And in fact, at that point, Pikachu is almost better because I mean, if Eevee cannot evolve, then what can it do? Unless it gets like I don't know an item like Light Ball. What if they do that? What if they just introduce an item like Light Ball, but specifically for Eevee? See, also Salty Leafy, my old pick. Yeah, yeah, I recognize you. Cool. Yeah, the chat. Which I'm interested to watch this back because I believe the chat has like you can, basically what Twitch has, but they're just putting on YouTube. Yeah, but I'm gonna go ahead and think I'm gonna go ahead and end this discussion for the most part. But I'll definitely like keep chatting, keep talking. Thank you all for showing up. It was much appreciated. Thank you for contributing to the discussion, getting me to think a little more. And yeah, these game ideas are interesting, and I'm really really curious to see where it goes after this. And I mean, obviously, I'm still excited. I'm gonna like these games. I like the idea of it. A lot of the culture surrounding it so far isn't the healthiest, I believe. But I mean, yeah. These games are gonna be pretty cool. I'm gonna go ahead and which one would I get? I'd like to get both so that whatever exclusives are for each one, I could do that. But first off, like first playthrough, I think I'll pick Team Pikachu because I always choose well, I always choose that certain color or that certain color palette version of Pokemon typically. What am I talking about? I'll probably bring that up later because that's something that I've been wanting to bring up and talk about. But I gotta get going. Gotta go get my car, which is fixed now. And anyway, but again, thank you so much everyone who showed up for showing up, and thank you for contributing to discussion. If you're watching this as a video on demand, yeah, leave a like, leave a comment, let me know what you think, and I'll definitely read your comments afterwards. Yeah, subscribe if you enjoyed the content. I already said leave a like, enable notifications, all that stuff. Join the notification chingling squad. Anyway, this has been GatorX. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for watching this live if you did, and have a nice day.